Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everybody. It's very nice to see you back with the management series E2L, that's easy to learn for students and professionals. Management part 2, we are going to speak about understanding the human resource management in a better way by utilizing the basic principles of management. Managers and managing is one and one to each other. They help each other. If the manager cannot manage, he is not successful. So both the things go together. So let's see how it is going to help you execute your job in a better way. Please subscribe our channel, like and share with your other teammates and fellows so that everybody can be benefited out of it. Your comments are more than welcome. Managerial functions. Today we are going to focus the managerial functions. What are the managerial functions? So back in 1800s, the CEO of a large mining company, his name was Henry Fell, he introduced the basic managerial functions because he noted that the managers at all levels are operating in or for profit or for non-profit organizations, but whatever the way they are executing their job roles, they need to plan, they need to organize, lead, and then control with assurance of the result. Based on that, he introduced four basic functions of management. But yes, you will see that I have titled these functions as five functions of management. Reason being that it has been said that assurance of outcome is the fifth function, which is very, very important as per the new global trends. So the first function is planning. Over in planning, what do you do basically is that you choose the goals. You decide that what is to be done, what is very important, how you are going to progress yourself as well as the organization. After planning, you need to organize, like you have to work together as one team, you have to align teams, you have to select people, the right people for the right job, which is a slogan of human resource management. At time of hiring, we will be speaking about it in our coming up lectures. So after organizing, there is another very important area, that is leading. If you are not leading the task, if you are not coordinating with people, if you are not informing them, if you are not supervising the jobs or the work or the task which you have allocated to others, then the or without coordination, leading will never work or will never help you. Once the things are coordinated, then obviously monitoring and measuring the results or the work process procedures is very important. That comes under the domain of controlling. And then once the things are in your control, after planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, the last and very important thing is assurance of the outcome. The results are to be monitored and you have to go back and check back again. So this cycle goes on and on. It is actually a cycle. You plan, organize, lead, and control, assure that your results are attained or acquired. But again, then you, if there is some lack, you go again to the planning, look at the goals, reset them, then you work together, organize them, and coordinate, lead those, then you monitor and measure the results, control them, and then again you go. Let's see each function in a detail so that you understand and you would be able to write it if you are a student and if you are learning as an adult professional, so you would be able to even execute your job function in a better way. Planning is the process. It is a process actually used by managers to identify and select appropriate goals and courses of action for an organization. And once you speak of an organization, there are very important three basic steps for a good planning. Which goals should be pursued? Like there are set of goals. If we are speaking of any profit seeking organization, let's take an example of hospitality sector, any hotel, any restaurant, even if it is an education sector, any school, any institute, if it is a bank, even if it is a telecom industry, IT, any organization. So you need to have your goals set to acquire your position as a brand in the market as well as to retain the profits. Then how the goal should be attained, and the third very important thing is what are the resources required and how those resources to be allocated. The planning function determines how effective and efficient the organization is and determines the strategy of the organization. To know the meaning of effective and efficient, there is a complete elaborated definition and explanation given in video 1 of the same, like part 1 of management. You can go there and watch that so that you are more clear on. Then comes the second function, that is organizing. Your planning is complete. Now you are organizing the tasks. So managers create the structure of working relationships between the organizational members and allows them the work which they can perform at the best. There are so many people, so many departments, so many functions in one organization. So if the task is related to the training department, the training team is to be selected. If there is a need of IT a proficient person, he is to be added. If there is a need of a financial controller, he is to be added so that the team is complete and you have organized them, and then the task allocation is done. Managers will group people into departments, as I just now told you, according to the tasks performed. Then managers will also lay out lines of authority and responsibility for the managers. In my coming up lectures, I'm going to speak about the delegation and authority metrics that is going to help you understand how we delegate the work. But generally speaking, on a shorter note, what you have to do basically is that you need to know that managers are going to give the duties and responsibilities that yes, you are going to do this task, you will be responsible and answerable and accountable for this particular area of concern which is allocated to you. An organizational structure is the outcome of organizing this structure which coordinates and motivates employees so that they work together to achieve goals. You have observed it very clearly that if you are doing some work and somebody comes nearby and says, very good, well done, excellent, your task is awesome. So you will feel elevated, motivated, and you will work more. So the person who is organizing, it is his responsibility to motivate and encourage the participants for the job well done. Leading is another very important area. In leading, the managers determine the direction, they give them the state of action, they give them the clear vision, they tell the employees to follow and help the other employees to understand the role they are playing in attaining those goals. Like what is if a person is leading one program, one task, so he needs to know that what kind of outcomes are expected out of his job. Leadership involves a manager using power, influence, vision, persuasion, and communication skills. Influence means that he has the authority to motivate them, he has the authority to guide them, not to stop them at the way that you are going to tell somebody, do no, 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 don't do that. This is wrong. No, leader never does so. As a leader, a manager has to go intervene and correct the thing. He can be part of it by himself instead of stopping something so that the process keeps on going in a faster way. Communication skills is very important, that how do you speak to a person, how do you explain the task in a brief and good way. Outcome of the leading function is a high level of motivation and commitment from employees to the organization. Once leading function is very nicely done, you are a good leader. You being manager, as a title of manager, you are leading your team well, so the outcome is going to outshine the organization. One thing again is very important, that if you are not controlling your results, so things will not work. In controlling, managers evaluate. This is the part of evaluation actually, so that how well the organization is achieving its goal and takes corrective action to improve performance. Mistakes happen. Once you are doing some work, it happens gradually and many a times that the things don't work well. So you need to take the corrective actions to improve performance. Managers will monitor individuals, departments, and the organization to determine if the desired performance has been reached. Managers will also take action to increase performance as required. The outcome of the controlling function is the accurate measure of performance and regulation of efficiency and effectiveness. We always talk about being efficient, being effective. So, how a person can be judged, that is he efficient or is he effective? That is the solution to it. Controlling is the tool which can tell you how efficient and effective the person is who is performing a certain task. Towards the end, over here, I will close this lesson. In part 3, we are going to speak about the next part, in which we are going to further see that how these basic functions are implemented and how the results are acquired. Keep watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Like it, share it, and comment also. The next part is going to be very soon uploaded. Wait for it. And by in the meanwhile, you are more than welcome to comment or to tell me if you need some help about it. Take very good care of yourself. Bye bye.